This week on the show, we're featuring Aventurine, 16 jokes, intriguing topaz, an update on Tup That Ruby, and whatever this is, there's not much of it. Why did the gardener give his plants GPS? He wanted them to find a new route. Let's start the show. Right now I'm cutting a piece of aquamarine. This is from the most recent aquamarine haul. Best aquamarine I've seen my seller sell since they've sold. Now that couldn't be their entire history, but as far as I've been there, 3 years plus. And it's gorge. And this is a really big piece, and there's 2 pieces inside. It has this cleave. That's what I'm cutting on. I picked the cleave, and the cleave is kind of a curve. So it's not like it's straight like the saw blade is. So I pick the center of the curve, the average. Because the curve is about the same width as the blade. And the kerf not the curve, but the kerf on that blade, the thickness of the cutout, the leftover, because you know the blade's got a thickness, but the blade wobbles. They all do. And so it scratches a little to this side, a little to that side. It's a little bit wider than the actual blade. The kerf, the cutout, is approximately 3/64. Very thin. Very, very thin. Lovely blade too. Got it for $17. And you know, it's not stainless. It rusts. And I don't really care. I let it rust just to see if it made a difference. And you know, I've used it to cut glass tile. That thing cuts great. It cuts like butter. You push on it and it cuts. Fall Dog's here. What's up, Bubba? Dude, Fall Dog. Great garden, man. Loving them updates. Very frosty. About as frosty as my mug of Mountain Dew. Hiya, Benny. She's in the bushes. Oh, okay. So don't forget to wipe. Or no, you're performing reconnaissance. That's what it is. I getcha. She's in the bushes. She's in Fall Dog's bushes. So she's gonna be stuck in there a while. And not just because they're sticky. There we go. Now we're in it. We're in it as deep as this thing is in frost. Look at how frosty that is. Looks like one of Fall Dog's nugs just fell in there. Swirled it around, turned it all sugary. I'd drink that, wouldn't you? Man, look at that. It's not even really tipping much, but it is because it's nice and slushy. Oh, man. I'm gonna give you guys a close-up on the microscope cam. Yeah! Give that Mountain Dew. Lost Ebb Sound, Ebb Scound. Ebb Scoundrel. It's gonna be a short show, and I say that every week because every week I try to make it a good show, but just don't have a whole lot of content. I got, like, it's a pretty short video. I'm letting the whole Saw video run so that you can see a little bit more content, but I cut that piece of Aventurine in the corner out of this slab, and I mean, it just kind of went together. I am really happy with the ones that go together. I've got, aw, it's 31 minutes. Wow, that's a lot more than I expected. So we're looking at the top of the frosty Mountain Dew before it thaws out. Thaws out. That's what it'll do if I keep getting sidetracked. Yeah. Okay, we'll turn it on. That helps it work. Take the dust cover off because nobody wants to see that. And we're oh, no, what did you do? Why? Who does that? That's not a very good picture. And you can't see it either. Okay, we're going to camera. Done. There we go. Now you can see that weird surface of the Mountain Dew with those bubbles in there. Let's turn down the light and see if it changes the color. Nope, it just makes it less. Okay, there we go. I wish this thing had gas lamps instead of LEDs. Gas lamps give a more reasonable color. LEDs have certain frequencies that mess with the camera sensor. Anyway, that's there's the rim of the glass, and now we're gonna go down the side of it. Whoa, we're going down, beep, 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 down into the Mountain Dew. Whoosh. I think I saw a shark. There we go. Yeah, now we're just having fun with the camera. Okay, who wants to talk about Aventurine? Because that's what I was originally... Ooh, I got this piece of topaz and it's got a rock. Wait till we flip that over. That's fun. Speaking of flipping over, look at my hair. I took a shower and then I took a nap so that I would have a little bit of energy for the show. Hey, Kratos made it. Let's get you blue, buddy. Alright, that's better. That intro music was amazing. Oh, Fall Dog, buddy. Yeah, that's some music that I got from... And cheers to you, and cheers to Jared Bonta for his jazz offerings to the Schnauzer King. That's what I got. It's 12 songs. I actually did some work for his mom. I don't know the guy. His mom is in a retirement facility, and she had me do some handiwork, and she let me listen to it, and I was like, you know what? I just got to give him a shout out. You know what? It's because it's so unique. It's kind of like my gems, you know, and they did a great job on it. So it seems like a great way to start the show. Cheers. That was as delicious as it looked up close. You see all them bubbles going and giving me my diabetes. So, catching the wave. I thought about it because that's what I did. Is I took a shower and then I took a nap, and that way I'd have energy. And this happened, and I was like, let's go comb my hair. And then I was like, nah, that's not gonna help out much anyway. So we might as well just let it be a big froofy fluff. There we go. Yeah. Stick that up there. Man, that is getting tall. That is a good percentage of the size of my face. Let's see. It's like... I can't see it. What is that? It's because it's backwards. That's why I can't see it. Okay, what do we got? 3 inches. And we got like... an 8-inch face. So, yeah, that's like 38% of my face. Is that about right? What do you get when you divide 3 over 3 over 8? About 37.375. There's 1. About 62. Yeah, so 38%, about 37.5%. That's fairly tall for just a swoop, right? For a wave that we're catching it on camera. That's what we should do, is we should get the ceiling set up so that we could use it as a grid to measure things. A lot like the microscope cam. Got some gems I want to show. Oh, here's the Aventurine piece. Just kind of smoothing it off. I mean, I like to do most of the rough shaping with the grinder. That way I can catch whatever powder I'm going to grind off. But sometimes you got to get the hard parts out with the saw. And it just carves so easily. I mean, I kind of miss rough shaping with the saw, because there's no guff. I mean, it just, whatever shape you want, it's just la la la, and then you got it. Whereas with the grinder, sometimes I gotta like push on it and take it back and look at it, push on it and take, push and take, look, take, yeah. Exactly. Kratos made it, that's cool, and Fall Dog made it. Man, I hope you guys are having an awesome grow. Dude, your grow is awesome. I've been what? Oh, okay, so I've been seeing your updates, right? And I get things where it's like Fall Dog posted an update, and it said something about mustard gas, right? Because I was cereal milk. That's what it was. I was like, I'm gonna say something about that when I see Fall Dog next. Cereal milk. Why was I thinking it was mustard gas? Does somebody else have a mustard gas grow going on? I don't know. Anyway, how's it going? Let's see. We have a show, sort of. That's what I'm trying to put together. But it's delicious, and actually we need to get more shout-outs for you guys. Because the chatbot isn't working, is it? And then we could have, let's see, all of your channels. Alright, connected. Alright, so here's what's going on, is with the new way of streaming, where I have to click go live on the uploader, and then I have to click go live on YouTube after that, means that I can't log in the chat bot until after I'm live on my actual channel. So then I have to start the show and then remember to start the chat bot. Yeah, cereal milk, that's what it is. Hey, you know, mustard gas sounds like a pretty good... I mean, doesn't that sound like a good option? I mean, I would give that a try. Let's see if that works still. So, wasn't I doing something with the show? Oh wow, the video's over. Okay, gonna roll the video. Pretend like we know what we're doing. And then sing about it. Couple extra clicks on the volume. See, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. I was like, do I want to do anything with it? But the answer was no. No, we just kind of wanted to straighten it up, even it out. I think I actually used the aluminum pencil. I use a caliper and then kind of measure it on each end, and then I can use an aluminum pencil to mark the end that's uneven, and then I know about how far I'm going. So let's say, like I was telling you, it has hard spots, right? So when I'm doing it by hand, sometimes I can push on it and the surface, it'll it'll eat on into it, and then it hits a hard spot and it starts to turn on me, and then I have two surfaces. So what I'll do is, instead of trying to eat the whole thing at once, is I'll go ahead and I'll start out here and I'll eat a little bit, and then I come back and I eat down, 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 and then once it all gets pretty close, then it's kind of got a bumpiness to it, and I can come back in and kind of eat my way down till the bumps are gone. That's how I kind of get through the hard parts of the stone. Whoa, I was breeding a strain, and the name, when I breed a strain, the name will be mustard gas. Oh, dude, that'll be a gas. And then we can catch up about it. And why do I always have to click on things? And I'm like, alright, check this out, check that out, check this out, check that out. And I'm always clicking on things, and then I trying to think about what I'm saying, and to maintain the transition and the clickery. Okay, so there's the chats. Then we click on the live stream. And then we click on the update camera. There we go. This is what we call fine quality production over here on the Gem channel. Just kind of making it happen. I really want to get my new microphone, but I didn't get my new microphone or my stones in the mail. Just kind of slowly waiting on things. But I did do... Oh, I was going to show you this. I made this for Colette. What do you think? We were talking about last week. Yeah, that's one of them flat ruby chips. I smoothed it over, polished it up, edged it off. That way it's nice and straight. And then, yes, I super glued it onto the costume ring. You take it out of the box. The box kind of takes a little way. Oh, wait. I messed that joke up. Gas. Gas? Wait. Benny Loco. Words are not good enough. Oh, okay. Yeah, YouTube administrator knows. AFK, but still here. Cool, Benny. That's no problem, baby. I'm just thinking about what can I do now, because I am... Oh, man. I'm going to tell you about the two non-doctor gems. Because this is one of them. Okay? So one of the two non-doctors was like, do you have anything pale green? And I didn't really think about it at the time. At the time I was like Peridot, but then I came up with a whole bunch of green gems, and so I was like, alright, Aventurine green too. And so I picked out this particular piece is a little on the paler side. I have some pieces that are a little more on the apple-y side, but she said pale, and so, and I like it. I don't know if you can tell from the picture, but the edges of it are actually whiter, and the middle is greener, and that's because I 45 the backs, and it actually, this piece actually has some translucency to it. So we'll actually look at it under the microscope cam when we start to get into it, but it is actually lighter on the ends. And also the really cool part, like the way that I got this triangle thing going on with the back, that catches some light, and so it actually kind of has this green rod of depth that kind of rolls back and forth through it. I got a good polish on it too. I'm excited about the 2 non-doctor gems because I got 7 of the 8 of them done. They don't even know. They think they're getting 1 gem each. But how often am I gonna send them a package, right? So I'm gonna load it up, 4 gems a piece, and I got 7 of them done. So we'll actually get this ruby under the microscope too. But this is cool, right? It's like the 2nd ring I've ever made. And it's a ruby ring, right? It's gonna get knocked off. I was thinking about bolstering it with a little extra adhesive. I don't know. Hey, if you messed up a joke, Fall Dog, you're in the right place, because I got like 16 of them this week, and they're pretty messed up, and I'm gonna mess them up, which that becomes exponential. We'll look at this piece of topaz. It's got a rock in it. Yeah, the rock is like almost completely encapsulated. There's a little bit of a hole here, but it's really cool. It's like a rock encased in a gem, and I'm gonna have to show you guys that. I wanted to show you last week, but I think I forgot to. So the 2 non-doctor gems, I started getting pretty close. I was getting so frustrated. Oh man, earlier today I was like, I'm not gonna do the show. Life sucks. I suck. Gems are really hard. And yeah, and let me tell you why, is because I got 3 problems in a row. I dropped the citrine. I was trying to film it. I was taking it off the dop. It was done. And I dropped it on the concrete, and it hit just right on the right corner and chipped it all out. Had to put it back on the dop and cut it again. At least I didn't take the glue off the old dop. And so I was able to line it back up. And we wound up with this. Yeah, we're going to make this a feature in the next week or 2. I really like this piece of citrine. This thing is just fantastic. I'm really proud of this. It's very regal. So, cool ring, great job. Okay, when I bred a strain, the next strain I will have bred will be mustard gas, and it will be a gas. But anyway, yeah, this thing, I better not drop it like I do all my gems. Man. But anyway, see? It's got a little bit of the golden citrine flare. I am really head over heels for this thing. But that wasn't the only problem. When this thing came off, or when I dropped this thing, I took it off the dop and I dropped it and it chipped out. I was so sad. I was so sad. I was like, you know what? Let's get it on the dop, and we'll cut the topaz. Great. Got it on the dop, cut the topaz. So I got it on the, it was on the dop, it was drying, I cut the topaz was going great, but then it had a turn on me, and I'm blaming the dop. I couldn't quite figure out why it was turned, because I had a great transfer. The stone, I cut the bottom, I cut the girdle, it's all even. I put it across, and then I go and I cut around the girdle, right? And everything's great on this side. But this side is turning just a little bit off, kind of like if it was like I'm cutting 2 straight sides and this one's cutting like this. So why would it do that? And it's because the gem's like up, but it would have to be convex, but it would be more concave than anything, but it's really kind of puzzling me. But anyway, I used the cheater and I straightened it out. So that was 2 problems, right? And then I was cutting the peridot and it came off the dop. Flew across the room, onto the floor. Had to glue it back on. It's back on the dop. I got it straight. we're on the last 2 facets too. But anyways, yeah, that's my escapades trying to cut the 2 non-doctors' gems. That's just the gems. That's why it's taking so long, because there's so many escapades. So it was a good accident. None of them were good accidents, Benny. None of them were good accidents. None of them. Well, actually, the topaz was kind of cool because I got these bigger edges. So actually, that was kind of cool. And the topaz had another. It was a problem. I mean, I was like, all right, we got the idea. Gems home free. And then you get to cutting in it, and you see something just flakes out, and it's kind of deep. You're like, well, we might have to change the plan, and where that flake out is, we'll just add a couple facets there, and we'll point them, or we'll turn them, or we'll kind of adjust it, or maybe we'll round it over, or maybe we'll just pretend like it's not there and tell people it's character. But then we come back to reality. Anyway, when I was working on this on the dock, there was a piece that started to develop a big crack, and it was going to fly out of there. I had to get rid of it, so I wound up cutting these big old facets on the back that I'll show you with the microscope cam. And I am just like, I love topaz. It's super dope. Clear topaz. I even got like the 45s, and then I got like the little end facets on there. I put those on there. It makes it look more topazzy. And How to Garden made it. How's it going, How to Garden? Glad you could make it to the show. Sorry it's such a late show. We're actually going to wrap it up pretty soon because it's a short show and running out of video. And I don't have a lot of jokes, but I do have a lot of hair going on tonight. And I wanted to make sure we got the show done. And we wish you all a great week, and we send you off to have a fantastic week. And YouTube Administrator is hanging out as my chatbot. Good old chatbot. Thanks, Kratos. I'm doing good, buddy. I hope you're doing good, too. Kratos and I actually talk a lot over on the YouTube Administrator channel when I play some games. I was playing some Fallout New Vegas. That's the foibles of live streaming, folks, on a limited brain cell. I almost said I was playing Fall Dog New Vegas. But I was like, Fallout New Vegas. I wonder if Fall Dog plays Fallout. Good old chat bot. Oh, Benny, it's just great, isn't it? I should call it 22 Gemstones Games, but that's, I don't know, a lot of work. I have to go in and change the name and change the logo, and people know me, so they recognize it. It's going pretty good. Got a big week ahead of me. Oh, I hear you there, How to Garden. Man, I got, somebody asked me about doing some concrete work, and I'm going to come back to the 2 non-doctors thing, because but somebody asked me about doing some concrete work, and it's really bad ice damage. Like, the concrete blocks down at the bottom of the wall are eaten like 4 and 5 inches in deep. Like, and they're solid blocks, and there's a lot of solid concrete. Really old building. Really old. Apparently it was an ice house at one time. So I'm gonna have to blast out all the worn away stuff and fill it in, and then put in some concrete filler. But man, that is it. It's gonna be a thing, because I got that, and then I got 2 other concrete jobs to do, and I got some electrical work to do, and I got like a couple other things I wanted to do to my car. And so, you know, it's going to be a big week, but I got to get these non-doctor gems in the mail, and that takes me to my other thing, the 4th problem that I'm having with the 2 non-doctor gems. So I was like, all right, they're into boxes, and we'll talk about this. I'll show you more of this maybe next week or maybe the following week. But they're into little boxes and stuff, and so I was like, my treasure box thing that I've shown a couple times, and I'll pull it out here, I figured that was fairly easy to whip out, so maybe I could whip out 2 more, and I'll cut them out of the same board, and they'll get a kick out of that, because it's like they get matching things out of the same piece of something. and my wood router broke. Yeah, so I was getting them done, and I was just gonna whip them out, you know, because I got a lot of things to do. I'm like, we're gonna whip those out, and the router broke. But hold on, it's not like my wood router broke, oh, we get another wood router. No, it's one of the bigger wood routers, and they're like $100 to $300. Yeah, like the cheap ones that suck, they're like $100. And so I'm like, well, I guess we're gonna have to decide which cheap one we want to buy. Yeah, but anyway, here's this little box. I cut it out of a, you know, a board, and just put some 45s on it and close it up. You gotta router it out, and then you glue the felt in there. Hey, maybe I should go live when I put the felt in these, and then you guys can see me craft it up. Because I got them cut, but I need it. My router gave out, and I went ahead and I cut the rest of the tops, and I need to put the hardware on them. But then there's one of them that I haven't finished routering it out. It finished like when I was almost done with the last one. So we need to finish routering it out and put the fabric in those, and then put the gems in them, and I need to finish the peridot, and I'm almost done with the new label for the bottles. Mother Nature made us a new label for the 22 gemstones powder, and I almost have it organized up so that I can print it off and then affix it to some bottles, because that's what I want to send to the non-doctors. If I'm going to send them some plant food, I want it to have the new logo on it. I'm painting a house, and oh, new gutters too. Okay, and it's a big house. Oh, okay, and yeah, and if you got like a complicated gutter setup where you gotta like have this one go on the roof and then down to this one, and you gotta cut another piece, and you're on a roof that's like a 612 to a 1212, so it's kind of hard to walk on. Did you read my comment? I didn't, but I will. And I'll sing about it too. Are you going to be playing any GTA games tonight? I probably won't play any GTA games because I wanted to do more of that New Vegas game. I was actually kind of getting into that, and the fact that like the way that I'm doing the New Vegas is I sped it up 2 times faster, so that way we can actually get through the whole map. And I mean cover the whole map, like we were playing San Andreas, and then, you know, explore that game. And it won't take as long, it'll be more exciting. That's kind of what I was going for, but I have to get these non-doctor gems, so Kratos, maybe not, maybe a little later, maybe like a couple hours from now, or an hour from now, something like that. I don't know, it depends on how much I need some entertainment, which reminds me, we have some entertainment, and we're getting, man, we're only like halfway into this gem. 30 minutes, yeah, I can't believe I took that long. Is it really that long? Actually, we're about 17 minutes in. Oh, I'm getting ready to clamp down on it. Folks, that's what I'm talking about. This Aventurine is hard stuff, and sometimes I gotta really, and oh, just here to give you tool heads a little bit of a a tip on what's going on. See, I got the grinder, right? I got the grinder wheel that you see, and then it also, up on top of there's like a pan, and if you're familiar with this thing, it's a 6-inch disc grinder with a belt sander on it. I took the belt off, so that way the motor doesn't have to work to turn the belt. And I can honk down more, and it bogs down less. So I'm basically just using it as a 6-inch grinder. But I had the machine, and I modified it, and I really like how it works. So I'm proud of that part. Let's get to the program. We'll show you what's up with that ruby, because I actually don't have any direct progress on that ruby. Could not make it happen, folks. Been working too solidly on the non-doctor gems. Gotta try and get them out in the mail, and haven't had the time or taken the time to do that particular part. Okay, so here's the rock inside of the topaz. Ah, it did that. I wonder if it just doesn't like being rebroadcast. Okay, here's the rock inside the topaz. And there's the little hole to the rock. Or maybe, you know, like something flowified into the hole and filled it in. But, I mean, it's probably just like captured in there. It's such a rough piece of topaz too. I'm gonna keep changing the renderer until we find something. I wonder if it doesn't get along with K-Light and that's why it keeps bugging out on us. Hold on, let me close out K-Light and see if it helps. Video Mixer 9. Let's see if that gives us any extra time. So once I polish down, we're going to be able to show that a little bit better, and you'll see the rock. You'll actually see what's going on with it. I mean, it's not necessarily real pretty, but it's a specimen, you know? Like a museum specimen. So, that's the topaz. Let's go ahead and enhanced video renderer. I'll show you the ruby. Here's the ruby ring. Bloop. There we go. That's Colette's ruby. It's got a little chip in the corner. I said that's character. Because actually I have a lot of these chips and I want to kind of make a couple more of these. Like maybe a more natural one. I don't know. Maybe I should actually try to get that out of there. I didn't notice that was that big. I was like, oh, it has character. So we're going to send that to Colette. I wonder how she's doing. She's probably doing great. It's a pretty specimen. That's what I was thinking too, Benny. That's what I was thinking. It's a specimen. Or a specimen. Here's this natural piece. It's very pink, you know? Which reminds me, notice how it's dark in the middle and not on the outside, or even like real close, how it's dark and then it goes out to the cracks, and the cracks are white. That's a good example of why this is real, and the Tuptat ruby is fake, because the Tuptat ruby's got dye, and it's white, and then the cracks are colored, which means it's been dyed. Oh, I have a better piece. There we go. Yeah, this is a piece that we polished as a sort of a gem. There we go. Notice how all the cracks are where the dark color is, because it's been stained. But that's why we make it a feature and we give you updates on Tuptat Ruby. I'm going to cut through it. I'm going to try and actually get the saw this week, because like I said, I got 7 of the 8 non-doctor gems ready. Let's give you a quick rundown on the Aventurine with its sparkles. Little sparklies. Nice big piece, isn't it? Yeah, there you go. Hey, there's the true color. Oh, when it gives that blue back, that's the true color of it. Yeah, right there. I really like this piece. It's nice and bluey. Big piece, too. Really big piece. Fired up about that one. And we'll fix the renderer again. I'm going to show you this topaz that I just cut. Just finished it today. There you go. You can kind of see the two big back facets that I had to cut to get rid of the problem in the one side. And it looks like it's full of cracks, but I mean basically it's a really hard point. And it's got great flare on those. Notice the flares that come through. Yeah. I'm getting better at using the faceter. I'm proud of that. Let's get to the phones. And here's the citrine. The peridot's still on the faceter. We'll get to that. This is the citrine that I dropped and then had to recut, and I am actually really liking this piece. I think it turned out pretty good. You know, it's unique. Ooh, it just tried to bug out and it fixed itself. Alright. So it definitely doesn't get along with K-Light, but it definitely does like it when I turn K-Light off. Oh, I'll show you real quick before we go. A couple things I wanted to try and dop now that I'm, as soon as I get the Peridot done with the 2 non-doctors, I'm going to try and dop a couple more stones. Here's a piece of rhodolite. See the meat, the lighter color versus the darker color? I'm going to get that to the lighter color to come out a lot more after I put it on the faceter. That pinkish reddish stuff. Yeah, this thing should actually get a lot lighter. This one I'm not so sure about how much lighter it's going to get, but then again it keeps throwing me off, because in the right angle it's so red. And I don't think it's going to show. See that crack there? That's a little bit of a problem, but and this one over here, but for the most part the center of this thing is just clean as can be, which is really saying something for a garnet. Let's see if it'll show anything through the phone. Yeah, it's giving a little bit of red light, but not really. I really want to show how red this is. There. Yeah, that kind of... It's very clean. Most pieces of garnet aren't near that big. They've got problems in them. But this thing doesn't have problems. It's Gorge Motron. So anyway, hope I didn't blind you trying to show you that rhodolite. We're actually going to get into that. It's going to be a lot of fun. But oh, I better put the cap on this citrine, because I cannot believe I dropped this thing and cracked it out. I need better equipment. I'd get a better polish if I had better equipment. We'll get there too. Very pretty, and Fall Dog agrees. Fallout Dog. That's a fun game. I enjoy Fallout. It's fun. In certain ways, sometimes it's boring, but sometimes it's fun, which is a lot like the portion of the program that we've decided to get to. I got some jokes. Let's see how many I have for the joke portion of the program. And I got some jokes. I got some jokes. I'm ready. I got some jokes. I got one that I think you'll like. I think I got 2 or 3 of them that you might like. Maybe you won't necessarily want to tell your friends, but who knows about the beginning of things? Original. No. Nope, not that. That doesn't count. We're moving on. Hey, here's a gemstone joke. This is a mineral joke. Which allotrope is the roughest and toughest? Graphite. Allotropes, right? No? Cheers. What did the Southerners say when their accent got them the job? That's the luck of the drawl. The Southern drawl. I bought some emergency food. Man, and it looks so delicious. I don't want to wait for a disaster to try it. So do I have to pretend like it's a disaster to try this emergency food? And does pretending there's a disaster make the emergency food more delicious? Or can I just buy the emergency food and eat it because I'm hungry? What did the surfer say when he saw a bear? Yogi. Why did the PC go online? It was lonely and wanted to database. What do you call an adult who complains? A grown-up. Oh, I forgot I did this last time, didn't it? It really kind of helps with the joke portion. There we go. Until I lose the jokes for the portion of the program. Okay. I'm gonna try and not screw this up again. What did the therapist drive to work? A motorcycle. I don't know. I actually kind of think it's better if I complete it out. What did the therapist drive to work? A motorcycle. A motorcycle. Wait a minute, we're not going to lose our place again. Okay, here's another gem joke. Wait a minute, I've got another one of those. Alright, what's the craziest cereal? Psychos. Great big crunchy bowl of Psychos. What did the stone cutter say when he shaped a variegated stone? That's marvelous. Should have told that with the allotrope joke. Why did the gardener give his tree a teddy? He was hoping it would bear fruit. Man, I must have been tired. That doesn't make any sense. The customer asked the bartender, "Is this champagne real?" The bartender says, "Possibly." What's the best candy for parties? Chocolate. What did the jeweler say? Oh, I should have wrote that one out. What did the jeweler say when the gem cutter said, "Do you want some money?" The jeweler said, "I'll take a cut of gems." That's a terrible one. I got a couple more. What kind of fruit do phones like? Apricots. What kind of fruit do tired people like? Apricots. So they can sleep on them. What did the bartender say to his internet browser? "Let's open another tab." And let's see. Oh, okay. Autocorrect, right? How's artificial intelligence supposed to take over when it can't even spell? And it's not good for people either. Because I'm standing there wearing blurry safety glasses waiting for them to autofocus. Like, come on. They don't clean themselves. I think I really messed that up. I think that needs better delivery. I think I'm losing my energy, my nap tiredness. My floof is dying. It's where I get all my energy from. But it is part of this week's joke portion of the program. And I'm glad you were all still here. I'm glad you could make it for that. You're all friggin' amazing. I need an actual end of the show card, because then we just go back to the live card for the show. I mean, it's perfect, because I got like a couple more minutes. We got to tell you guys how great you are, because you're fantastic for coming by, and I want you guys to have a great week. We got some busy weeks coming on. There we go. Nope, it was, wait a minute, where was it? I was just about to crunch down on the gem. I was just about to be like, alright, here goes. Have at ye. And then that was going to be, you know, I grab onto the back of that bolt there. I keep thinking I need to take this thing apart and perform a little bit of grease maintenance, but it keeps hanging in there. I mean, why take it apart and check it out if it... Why fix what's not broken? You never mess it up, Jacob. Oh, thanks, Benny. You're just too fantastic. What was the bubbly one again? The customer asked the bartender, "Is this champagne real?" And the bartender says, "Possibly. Possibly." I think it's a little better if I drag it out. A lot of my jokes are wordplay. It's just a funny sounding word, right? Possibly. 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 Bubble. 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 Boom. Yeah, I'm a No Limit fan. Got plenty of that I boomed through 15-inch subwoofers over the years. Lots of watts just cranking out that No Limit. Cheers. Ah, fantastic. Love it. Love it. Love it. And I love all of you for being great and making it to the program. You're all so awesome. Man, we had Fall Dog made it. And he grew some cereal milk, which is great because we all like cereal milk. And, dude, hashtag drink the milk. So, what is that channel called? Cereal Time TV. Man, he talks about old cereals and stuff. Fall Dog, I bet you would really get a kick out of it. And Benny made it. Oh, we lost the sound, but we got the sound back, and I'm always so glad when Benny makes it to the part of the show that we call the joke portion of the program. And I just forgot what portion of my program that was. That's why I had to drag that out. How to Garden made it. Alright, man, I am so glad you made it, How to Garden. I hope you have a great week, and that house is going to be a gem, dude. And when you get the gutters on it, it's really going to help. Which reminds me, the concrete that I'm doing is because the building next to it doesn't have a gutter. It's going to get a gutter, which is really going to help out. And Kratos made it. Kratos, I hope that we can play some Fallout a little bit later. Poor Christina, she's working her art. Okay, Christina and Sun Ghost Squad, I really enjoy it when Christina can make it. And so that's why, per Ron Weasley's request, we're going to make Christina a ring out of some tourmaline. And that also reminds me, Ron, I'm just messing with him. Trim hides the gap. Yep, half inch of caulk hides a lot of sin. But I know what Ron's talking about, because the gap in between his windows and the outside is really big, and you want to keep it tight. You want to keep it tight. That way you don't have as much of a draft. You don't have to caulk as much, and you can keep a smaller trim, which makes the window look bigger, which in a smaller area it's greater. But you know, I'm sure he knows what he's doing. Ron's posting on Twitter, and that's mostly what I'm talking about. I hate when I miss you, Benny, and so happy to have caught your show. Oh, Benny, you're too sweet. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm glad you made it, and I'm glad you all made it, and I hope you can all make it next week. Is that one? Okay, yeah, and every week at around 9 p.m. Eastern. Thanks so much. Have a great week. You can do it.